ChatGPT Plus is free for college students through May. Here's the thing. You've got a lot to do between now and then. Studying for finals, writing papers, trying to keep your life on track, and ChatGPT can help with all of it. It can quiz you for your econ exam, make a study guide from your French notes, plan out your meals and study breaks. It can get really specific on how you like to learn. It can even help you come up with ways to stop procrastinating. So from now until summer break, take advantage of all the ways ChatGPT can make your life easier. Restrictions apply.
Attention Ditto Heads. Attention Bo Scouts.
Goes by the pseudonym Bo Snerdley.
It's time for the Soul of Excellence.
He is a radio host here in New York.
The Rush Hour is on the air.
Rush.
Now here's James Golden.
Welcome, my friends. It is already Thursday. And here we are, 800-848-9222. If you would like to be part of Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour this afternoon, 800-848-9222. As the show begins, I am busily reading through a story that's in the Washington Post. Trump brushes aside court's attempts to limit his power. Trump's moves are the culmination of a decades-long conservative movement to expand the power of the executive branch. Yes, it's all about the power. I concur, and I think it's a great thing. They don't. And I think it's about time they don't. In the meantime, the other stories in the news, which we wish to expand upon this afternoon, continue to be this effort by the Democrats to totally align themselves with terrorists and with criminal illegal aliens to make sure that they are bound in the same political bed forever with the terrorist, with the gangbangers, and with illegal aliens. And they're doing a darn good job of it. We will get to that. The American people, by the way, have spoken loud and clear on where they think everything is. One of the funniest stories that I have seen, and there's not too much coverage because you can't, unless someone writes the article about the actual video, and I haven't seen that article yet. But I'm sure the Daily Caller Foundation will have something, DCNFs will have something, and we will carry it in the Daily BS. Because the Daily Caller News, they sent their guys and gals out there, reporters, out to Letitia James' houses. I think the one in Virginia. And you hear this woman, no, you're trespassing. Get off my property. Does Letitia James look at, get off my property? And they go visit another place that's connected with Letitia James. I can't keep up with it. She's got so many real estate holdings that it's hard to keep up with all of it. And so, but I just want to remind everybody that that this thing with Letitia is going to be an uphill battle because Letitia is in a fighting mood. Carlos, let's remind ourselves of Letitia James, Attorney General of Nueva York, cut 19, Nueva York from yesterday. Let's just ring it back in today.
My mission is clear. I'm focused. I'm prepared.
Focused.
I'm ready. I've been trained by the best. I went to Howard University that overturned legal segregation in this country. I've been taught in those classrooms where Thurgood Marshall once taught. I'm not afraid of no president. Donald Trump, we're ready for you. We're coming for you. We're standing up for you. We're fighting on. We're not going down silent. Victory, my friends, is clear. It's now. And I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2. Until a speaker by the name of Humphreys comes to bring us some rest. Come on, ladies. It's up to us. We saved this debacle. We'll save it now. Let's go.
Let's go. I'm not waiting 4 years. I'm waiting 2 until the Speaker, Hakeem Jeffries, brings us victory and arrest. And that's what we're going on to do. She has got problems because these houses exist. And now you have people from the press, albeit the right-wing press, showing up at these houses, asking questions, hey, excuse me, hello, anybody home? Hey, is Letitia here? Get off my property. You don't look like Letitia. So, Pam Bondi was asked about this. Yes, I'm saying asked. It's a New York story. I'm from New York, and I like Ebonics. So, yes, Pam Bondi was asked about it on Fox. And that's Cut 11. Pam Bondi asked on Fox about the whole Letitia James scandal. This is how it went.
James tried to prosecute the now President Trump in his second term. I just want to read a couple things. Criminal referral, then a response from James's office here in New York. James, for both properties listed above, this deals with real estate now, going back decades, really, appears to have falsified records in order to meet certain lending requirements and receive favorable loan terms, all right? Her office responded by saying the AG James is focused every single day on protecting New Yorkers. Specialist administration weaponizes the federal government against the rule of law and the Constitution. She will not be intimidated by bullies, no matter who they are. The issue here is what property she owned and whether or not she owned it, whether or not she was married, and whether or not her father was involved in all this. Without going into the weeds of the details, this stems from a case in 1983 and the year 2000. That's a minimum of 25 years. Someone had to do some digging to find this. Am I right about that?
Yeah. Bill, the most I know about the case I just learned from you. I saw it on breaking news this morning. This case was sent to us from Bill Pulte. We have not seen it. I inquired right before I walked out here. No one in my office has read it yet. We haven't looked at it.
Well, get
of course,
busy.
We'll be reviewing it. You just told me more than I've heard about it so far.
Hey, we aim to please with some breaking news of our own. Indeed. All right. Attorney General Pam Bondi.
Yeah. Well, we have to read it because it's interesting. It concerns bank fraud. By the way, the banks might have gotten hurt in this because if she falsified documents so that she could get more favorable rates, that's almost like thievery. That's like she wasn't playing by the rules, folks. She wasn't playing by the rules at most. If that's what's being alleged here, if this is accurate. And by the way, what does this do to her credit? They should report her. Lady Benedict is weighing in. Lady Benedict has a background, by the way, in the world of high finance. She should. She's a lady. Ladies know a lot about high finance. Yes, they do. Anyway, they can recover their losses. They can press criminal charges, and they can demand the full amount. Also, they should report her to all the credit bureaus and damage her credit. I think Lady Benedict, sharks, blood, water thing. When they smell blood in the water, it's like, there's blood. Let's move in. Anyway, but I want you to know that Letitia is a standing firm, and she's not going to be bullied by anybody, not even the president, who hasn't said a word about Letitia's problems so far. So we got that. Now you got Senator Van Hollen. I am beyond happy. Democrats, thank you for this. Thank you. This is a gift. I would like to thank the senator from Maryland, Van Hollen, for taking time out of his otherwise boring tenure as Maryland senator to actually do something exciting, to go down to El Salvador and make a complete hackass out of himself. Number one, the jackass is the party emblem. And I must say that he did well with the Democrat branding on this. Because he goes down there, makes a big deal about he's going, and now he's down there and from his hotel room. It sounds to me like he's trying to threaten the government of another sovereign nation from his hotel room. Cut one, Carlos. This is Senator Van Hollen, Democrat.
It is just a gross violation of basic human rights and human decency. And, I asked the vice president if I came back next week, whether or not I could go visit Gilmore. And the answer was no, he couldn't guarantee that. I said, look, I may be the first member of Congress here, the first senator, but I can assure you more will be coming. And you cannot continue to keep this man locked up in this worst prison in El Salvador.
He's down there telling these people what they can and cannot do. Like, they really give a damn about Senator Van Hollen. Like, well, I'm the first here, but I won't be the last here. We'll have more Congress. The people in El Salvador must be laughing themselves silly. It's like, well, come on down. Spend some money. Have some food. Spend money on hotels. No, you're not going to get no, we're not releasing him. And no, we don't really care. But he's down there posturing like he's some kind of big man on campus. From his hotel room. Which just was a bunch of curtains behind him, by the way. It could have been anywhere. It almost looked like a hostage tape for a moment. But it wasn't. Anyway, Caroline Leavitt, best press secretary ever so far, called him out. Cut 2. This is what, and by the way, she had Patty Morin with her, but let's just hear it.
It's appalling and sad that Senator Van Hollen and the Democrats applauding his trip to El Salvador today are incapable of having any shred of common sense or empathy for their own constituents and our citizens.
Boom.
Nobody knows this more than the woman standing to my right, Patty Morin, whose beautiful daughter Rachel was brutally maimed and murdered at the hands of an illegal alien in August of 2023. Patty no longer has her daughter because of the failed Democrat Party's open border, and these are policies that President Trump is bringing an end to. Patty should not have to be here today, but she is, and we are grateful and we are honored for her willingness and her request to share her powerful story with the world. Thank you, Patty, for being here.
And Patty Morin spoke. Let's go cut 3, and Patty Morin did speak to the press.
Why are we not protecting citizens? It's just common sense. Why are we not protecting our children? A senator from Maryland who didn't even acknowledge or barely acknowledged my daughter and the brutal death that she endured, leaving her 5 children without a mother and now a grandbaby without a grandmother, so that he can use my taxpayer money to fly to El Salvador to bring back someone that's not even an American citizen. Why does that person have more right than I do, or my daughter, or my grandchildren? I don't understand this. Thank you.
She's so soft-spoken and so wonderful, and her grief is so profound. Her daughter, can you imagine? I mean, no, I don't want you to imagine, but the horror of it, knowing that your daughter's last minutes on earth were spent being brutally raped and then killed, murdered in the most horrific way. 5 children, and God, she had to be thinking about her children. What's going to happen to my children? And her mother is now having to watch the senator from that state, who hasn't even bothered to say, we're sorry for your loss. We are sorry. Go down to another country and try to bring back to this country a member of one of the most brutal gangs that we have ever witnessed in this country, who is and was here illegally. He is now back in his home country. And this senator is down there posturing and grandstanding about this man while not even acknowledging that his real constituent even exists and the pain that this family is going through. Democrats, this is how you want to be remembered coming into elections. Okay, we'll help you. James Golden, Snerdley, don't go away.
Parents of tweens, if you're familiar with far-off drop-offs...
Dad, stop, right here.
Or get DMs about what's for dinner, you may be experiencing tween milestones. For your son or daughter, these can start at age 9. HPV vaccination, a type of cancer prevention against certain HPV-related cancers, can start then too.
For most, HPV clears on its own. But for those who don't clear the virus, it can cause certain cancers later in life.
Embrace this phase. Help protect them in the next.
Ask their doctor today about HPV vaccination. Brought to you by Merck.
Morning decisions. A creamy mocha frappuccino drink? A sweet vanilla? Maybe a smooth caramel? Or that white chocolate mocha? Whichever you choose, delicious coffee awaits. Start your day with bottled Starbucks Frappuccino drinks. Pick up a bottle near you wherever you buy your groceries.
Ladies, you'll end up shopping for your guy's deodorant, right? So try Degree's Original Cool Rush. You see, last year, Degree changed the formula, and men were mad. One guy even started a petition. So Degree admitted they messed up and brought the Original Cool Rush scent back. It's clean, crisp, and actually smells like someone you want to cuddle. And it's in Walmart, Target, and other stores now for under $4. So toss one in your cart and find out why it's the best-selling men's antiperspirant for the last decade. Degree Cool Rush is back, and it smells like victory.
This episode is brought to you by Netflix. 3 couples, 4 vacations, a lot to unpack. Watch The 4 Seasons, a new series starring comedy favorites Tina Fey, Steve Carell, Will Forte, Coleman Domingo, and more in a hilarious and heartfelt love letter to long-term relationships. Based on the original Alan Alda film. Watch The 4 Seasons, streaming now only on Netflix.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Folks, I ran over time running my mouth during that first segment, so we're going to have to go to a second commercial break real quick. But when we get back, we're just going to load it up. So be patient with me. I'm sorry I took it so long. Stay here. Don't go away. Please. I'm desperate. I'm a desperado. I'm begging. I'm pleading. I'm axing. I'm axing. Don't go anywhere. Keep it right here. We're coming back.
We off? 30 seconds of carefree bliss. Oof, like wind in your hair carefree. Oh, like using Clorox Disinfecting All-Purpose Cleaner in the home carefree. Yes. Like dog slobbing on the coffee table and cleaning it with Clorox Carefree. He's on a roll now. Spit toothpaste on the faucet. You got it. You got it. Peanut butter on the light switch. Oh, spritz, spritz. Spritz, spritz. Clorox, man. Clean feels good. Okay, we're back. Use as directed.
Experience a progressive lens engineered with AI from Essilor, powered by individual measurements of your visual behavior. A lens personalized to you by an Essilor expert. Discover Verilux XR Track and enjoy instantly sharp vision in motion and seamless transitions from near to far. Find your local Essilor expert today at Essilor.com.
You guys, I just found the most incredible Mother's Day gift. It's called Goldbelly. Goldbelly is this amazing site where you can get the most iconic foods from restaurants all across the U.S., shipped anywhere in the country for free in time for Mother's Day. We're talking cakes from Ina Garten and Martha Stewart, Magnolia Bakery's famous banana pudding, and New York bagel brunches. Make Mother's Day perfect with Goldbelly.com and get 20% off your first order with promo code MOM. That's Goldbelly.com, promo code MOM.
Home means something different to everyone. But with Rocket Mortgage, home can mean even more. It can mean a college education, taming your high-interest debt, even a renovation. We've made it easier than ever to use your home equity. That home you worked so hard for, now it can work hard for you. Call 800-4ROCKET or visit rocket.com to find out more.
Rocket Mortgage, LLC, licensed in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
My mission is cleared, and I am focused. Here's Adam Kinzinger.
Listen, we are in unbelievably uncharted territory here, and we're approaching the point where, I mean, honestly, it's like we're all going to have to take to the streets or something.
Tim Waltz.
I have come to understand what Donald Trump, what pops into his head and he says, he's going to carry it out. Once again, he talked about the tariffs. He talked about, he's going to deport people. And this whole thing with Mr. Abreu Garcia, it's that old wisdom and terrifying is if you're not speaking up for this man, there will be no one left to speak up for you. Whether it's Chris Krebs that they're going after for simply, I know Chris Krebs. He's a Republican. He was there to provide election security in 2020. He did it, and all he said was it was a fair election. They're coming. They're going to do this. So I think the biggest thing is I'm convinced now he's not going to listen to the courts. And I've been saying there is a final firewall, and it's the people. All the people, and you just had Senator Van Hollen, who there's nobody better. He has to speak up for his constituent because they do plan. If they think they can get away with this, they will press it further.
Get away with it? Get away with what? He's using the power of his president. Okay, let's check in with Elizabeth.
We do not disappear people in the United States. Because here's the thing.
Wait a minute. Stop that and get ready to rewind it and play it from the beginning. As soon as she said that, we do not disappear people in the United States.
That's a lie.
Is anybody
That's a lie.
It's Carlos, you're calling an American senator a liar. Why are you calling this woman a liar? I mean, besides the fact that she didn't tell the truth about her own heritage.
I mean, kids disappear every day,
Oh, thank you. Now, thank you. People disappear in America every day. Now, do any of you remember what happened after Democrats went nuts and had the judges and literally 1/5 of the entire FBI tracking down every person and human they could that attended January 6th? Do you remember J6 as it's now? Do you remember what they did with those people? Many of them were sent to a prison in Washington, D.C., or at least that's where we thought they were sent because they disappeared. Some of them, even their warriors, couldn't get a hold of them. And you had congressmen that, unlike El Salvador, well, not unlike, the congressmen showed up in America asking, hey, where are these American citizens? And they were told, get lost. And you had people that were held in solitary confinement for months and months and months and months with no human contact except that of their jailers. Some might call them oppressors. Their jailers. So put that in context when you hear Elizabeth Warren now.
We do not disappear people in the United States. Because here's the thing. If they can disappear Mr. Abreu Garcia, then they can disappear you. It's about disappearing people, but it's also about obeying court orders. But now what we've got is truly a man who threatens it, a spineless bunch of Republicans in the House and Senate who help it along. And the American people saying, wait a minute, I think this is the moment we're going to have to start fighting back for our country.
Is that what the American people are saying, is it? The American people are saying, oh, this illegal immigrant that is out of this country, this gangbanger from MS-13, this is the guy that we want to rally around. That's what, according to Elizabeth Warren and the Democrats, like Tim Walz, like Adam Kinzinger, he's a Republican. He's a Democrat. He's a Republican. Okay, whatever you say. He's a Republican. He's a Democrat. Anyway, that's what the American people are saying? No. Yes, exactly. You're a mind reader. You're getting to know the way this works.
Deport all undocumented immigrants. Voters favoring the government trying to deport
all 11 million of them. Back in 2016, just 38% of voters wanted the government to try to deport all 11 million undocumented immigrants. Compared to where we are in 2025, 56%, the majority. The American people have come a long way on this issue, much closer to Donald Trump, and I think that's a big part of the reason why Americans are increasingly saying the country is on the right track when it comes to immigration policy, and why Donald Trump's net approval rating on that issue is in the positive.
So, according to this is the moment that the American people are overwhelmingly want everyone, not just the gangbangers. Everybody that came here illegally, 56% of the American people now say they should be deported. Every single person that is in America illegally. American people are saying, okay, we've had enough. And they're not saying what Elizabeth Warren and these Democrats are saying. Not at all. Now, there's some other things that are happening here. I want to go quickly to a news report from Fox News that we just happened to hear, and it's our good friend Brett Baer. That would be cut 14 because there are other things happening here, and there are things that you might like. Listen to this.
Administration has asked the Internal Revenue Service to revoke Harvard University's tax-exempt status. This comes after President Trump suggested that move on Truth Social earlier in this week, that Harvard should lose its tax-exempt status. The move could cost the Ivy League institution billions of dollars. The Trump administration has already halted more than $2 billion in federal grants to the university over what the White House says was a failure to address anti-Semitism on campus.
Oh, I just love this. It's not taking him. He says it 1 minute, and the next minute, what do you know? Somebody's acting on it. Says, maybe they should lose their tax-exempt status, like that old Bob Jones University. Yes, sir. Carlos, you've got a question.
Why are they getting federal money, to start with, when all these international students and American students are paying all this money to the universities?
Carlos, I'm sorry. That's such a great. So you see, they get the money because they're doing very, very important work, very important research, and they get billions of dollars to do important things with. That's because they're important.
Maybe the government should keep some receipts on those money they're giving them.
How dare you? The people at Harvard, Carlos, you just don't understand how. Listen, the old skull and bones thing. Have you ever heard of the skulls and bones? You will. Trust me, you will. You see, no, the skull and bones thing is real. Do it. Just Google it. Just Google Skull and Bones Club. You'll find out. Keep on talking about taking away money from Harvard University. How dare these people? Next thing you know, they'll be wanting to take some money from Columbia, and from they're going to start treating these people like they're Bob Jones. Have you ever heard of Bob Jones? Bob Jones University? Bob Jones, up until the year 2000-something, they were really slow on the civil rights take. For instance, back in like you would think the 1980s, this was pretty much settled. But back then, Bob Jones had this thing. They wouldn't let students come in if they were against interracial marriages. They didn't want to mix, they didn't want the brothers having a shot, as it were. And they didn't want the sisters either. So Bob Jones, the government said, what, we can't have this. We're gonna take away their tax exempt funding. Now that didn't stop a lot of it. Believe it or not, that didn't stop a lot of high-ranking Republicans going down to Bob Jones University to kiss ass where they could, because it was considered important, because they were a quote-unquote Christian university who just happened to not want black people messing with the white girls or white whatever. They didn't want interracial marriages. Don't mix up the salt and the pepper. Don't shake them on the same surface or something. And Republicans, this place kept these kind of silly rules. It's insane when I look at the history of Bob Jones University. It's absolutely insane. And by the way, I did a little digging on them. They had it out with Billy Graham. You know, Billy Graham had gone there. They accused Billy Graham of being a heretic early on. Anyway, they got their federal money swiped from them. There's no reason that Harvard can't have theirs taken from them. Oh, here's the other thing really quickly. You know this thing I told you about yesterday that's happening over in the UK, in the United Kingdom? You'd think we have fun interviews over here. I like listening to interviews from over there. United Kingdom ruled, Supreme Court over there, Great Britain ruled yesterday. They said, quite simply, woman's a woman, a man's a man. Yeah, these things are fairly simple. Woman can't be a man can't be a woman's a woman, for goodness sakes. That's the ruling from the Supreme Court. Well, today, the transvestites are not happy. Now, it's a 3-minute and 23-second interview, so if I played the interview from GB News with the transvestite that's not happy because we can't play it today because we're going to be out of time for the calls, but we're going to hold that thing. We're going to play it tomorrow. If we can't play it tomorrow because of breaking news, we're going to play it Saturday. James Golden, Snerdley, your call's coming up. Don't go anywhere.
The Rush Hour with James Golden. Entertaining and informative.
On the Red Apple Podcast Network.
This episode is brought to you by Factor. Optimize your nutrition this year with Factor, America's #1 ready-to-eat meal service. Factor's fresh, never frozen meals are dietitian approved, ready to eat in just 2 minutes. Choose from 40 weekly options across 8 dietary preferences like Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, and Keto. Eat smarter at factormeals.com/listen50 and use code listen50 for 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. Factormeals.com/listen50, code listen50. T's and C's apply.
Hey, let's talk about your expense report.
I didn't submit an expense report.
You will. Custom saddles and dog training services are not within policy.
What are you talking about?
SAP Concur uses advanced AI to audit and automatically detect out-of-policy expenses. It's the breakthrough I needed to focus more on our future.
These are my future expenses?
Yes, and self-defense classes are out of policy.
I'll need self-defense classes?
You will.
For what?
It's a big dog.
SAP Concur helps your business move forward faster. Learn more at concur.com.
Every idea starts with a problem. Warby Parker's was simple. Glasses are too expensive. So they set out to change that. By designing glasses in-house and selling directly to customers, they're able to offer prescription eyewear that's expertly crafted and unexpectedly affordable. Warby Parker glasses are made from premium materials like impact-resistant polycarbonate and custom acetate. And they start at just $95, including prescription lenses. Get glasses made from the good stuff. Stop by a Warby Parker store near you.
Hey all, I'm Jamie Lynn Sigler, a mom, actor, and advocate. I know how overwhelming it can be trying to decide which treatment is right for you. I've been there. But you should know you're not alone. You can do this. Start with some research, talk to the community, and most importantly, don't be afraid to ask your doctor questions. You might find results that speak for themselves. That's how I landed on Kesimpta. Ask your doctor if Kesimpta, ofatumumab, could be right for you. You can check out the details at kesimpta.com.
James Golden, a.k.a. Bo Snerdley, presents Rapid Phones.
We begin with a first-time caller, it says here. Eva. Hello, Eva. How are you?
Hello. How are you?
I'm very well,
thank you for taking my call.
Mm-hmm.
As I was listening to your show today, it occurred to me, how come Democrats are not fighting that hard for American citizens that are being held abroad? Like, they're fighting for illegal alien.
Mm-hmm. You mean like the citizens that, let's say, Hamas was holding over there hostage? You mean like those?
Yeah, like the hostages, like the one in Russia.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Eva, that's a brilliant question. You know, I think that we should, instead of us speculating, I think we should start to ask Democrats these questions. We should ask them. We should ask them online. We should ask them when they show up for interviews. We should ask them, why don't you fight hard for American citizens? Because Eva, you nailed it. That's who this party is. Thank you. And continue to listen. Thank you. Mike in South Carolina, you are up next.
My man, Bo, how are you?
Doing great. How are you? Mm-hmm.
Good. Saturday, I got to chat with you. We'll be on a little longer. I love my music. And Desperado, 1973, a year after I graduated high school. And Steely Dan and, Chicago, you were mentioning. I saw that band more than any other with the brass. Forget about it. About it. All right, Bo. Oh, yeah.
And let me throw a few others at you. Did you ever listen, and if you didn't, Mike, no worries. Did you ever listen to the group Cold Blood out of San Francisco?
I did a little, yeah.
Yeah, they were another one of my favorites. Cold Blood with Lydia Princeton on vocals, and there were so many. Mike, it's always a pleasure to hear from you. Thank you so much. Judith in Brooklyn, New York. How are you, Judith?
Hi, James. I'm wondering if this, whatever his name is, this congressman, he was so busy on our taxpayers' dime, traveling without any appointment, nothing.
Senator Van Hollen. That would be Senator Van Hollen.
James is so funny. It occurred to me, like, was he so concerned at the southern border to run there to make sure that the unvetted millions of illegals?
No. You see, the southern border. I mean, why would you ask that? Look. If this could happen to this poor Maryland father, this could happen to you, Judith. That's the only reason he's concerned. He's concerned about you.
Oh, God. By the way, James, AOC, I think she should go to Gaza and get the American out, okay? She's so busy with the releasing Americans. Let her go to Gaza and get out the American that's from Teaneck, okay? The hostage over there.
That would be an interesting challenge for her. She'd have to figure out where Gaza was first. Anyway, may God bless and protect each and every single one of you, your families, your loved ones. Love and gratitude for your being here with me, allowing me to be with you. God willing, we are back tomorrow for the Already It's Friday, Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. Until then, my friends, I bid you adieu. Bye.
Thanks for listening to Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour. You can hear Bo Snerdley's Rush Hour weekdays at 4 on 77 WABC. If you like the podcast, share it with your friends and listen anytime at WABCRadio.com and download the WABC Radio app. Hit that subscribe button on all major podcast platforms. Plus, follow WABC on social on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and X. See you next time for a new episode so you never have to wonder.
What the heck is going on here?